Hello friends, welcome back. My name is Wandi, so if you're new here, aka Wandi Lou, welcome to another video. It's good to have you. I appreciate you, so thanks for hanging out. Today we are talking about things in interior design or in home styling that I absolutely love. Things that I'm like, it's about time. Like I'm happy that we're here. This is not everything, but this is what came to mind when I thought about this video. So yeah, let's jump right in. I absolutely love how we are now embracing color. For a long time, we were in this kind of like minimal, very like just white, almost stark and sterile. Yeah, we had that moment for a long time. Everything had to be very clean and minimal, and it felt like the default. It felt like the standard. I did like how the white let everything else pop. It was a great neutral base. So then after the stark and almost sterile white or minimal white, we started moving more towards the creams and the beiges, and that's fine. Like, that's also beautiful. It's a lovely style. But I love how we're now just really embracing like richer, deeper tones. Like just taking more risks with color, not being afraid of it, playing with patterns more. Yeah, like it's just, I love it. I love the celebration of color because I feel like a home should, I think I spoke about this last week, but should have like a heftiness and a weight. Maybe I just want to be embraced. I'm starting to think this wanting, my home to hug me and to be filled with stuff, clearly I just want to be embraced. But like I love the light and airy, but I'm in a season of my life where I want to be cocooned. I want to feel richness and vibrancy and color. And we're doing a lot of that through the paint that we're using, just being more bold. I have tried in my own space to incorporate more color and take more risks. It gives your home this dynamic feel and it adds layers to your home. I think a lot of the times, like our homes just feel flat. When everything's one color or one tone, it can feel flat. And I think having color and texture adds layers, like your eye moves from one state into another state. You need depth, you need layers, you need color. It's visually more interesting. And also as the light changes throughout the day, your home changes. It brings a dynamic feel to your home. If you are afraid of color, don't be afraid. Color can feel a bit daunting. I kind of went with a bit of a dusty pink for my dining area. And I feel like I didn't go far enough. When you just don't go far enough, you don't get the impact that you want. So I might have to repaint. I'm not sure. I'll see if I can make it work. But yeah, I just feel like I should have gone a little bit deeper with that pink or a little bit earthier and just, yeah, even me, I was afraid. Okay, so it's okay if you're afraid, but it's just paint. It's not that serious. Don't be afraid. Will you regret it? Possibly, but take a risk. Take a risk, have fun. If it works out, the payoff, okay? And also, if you're not sure what color you want to go for, do yourself a favor. Samples. Get plenty of samples. I know Durham does them. I'm a huge Durham fan. Durham was great because they have these little samples you can buy. They're like $40, I think. It's not a lot. But you buy your little samples, you go, you paint a section of the wall, you sit with it, see how it looks throughout the day, and then you make a decision. So paint a section, buy multiple samples, paint a few sections, get comfortable, see what you like, see how it works with the light in the evening, see how it looks throughout the day. Durham has something called the Habitat Collection. And in the Habitat Collection, they've got like a ton of little samples. So you can just go to your paint supplier, not Leroy Merlin. I actually went there to top up on some paint and they no longer stock Durham. Maybe that's changed. If it has, let me know in the comments. But from what I remember, they no longer stock Durham. So anyway, I had to get Plascon in that case, and it was great. It was fantastic. Great quality paint. Everyone knows Plascon. Painting can be daunting, but like once you get the right paint on the right wall, it's nice. It's not that serious. And if you don't like it, you can paint over it. You'll be fine. Next up is lighting. I love that we now are putting so much more emphasis on secondary lighting. Right now we're very anti using the big light. We don't want to use the big light. It's all about pockets of light at different heights, different levels, creating a really warm, cozy feel. You want to stay away from, well, generally my rule is you want to stay away from like blue lights, like a harsh blue, almost it's giving hospital, right? Don't like stay away from the blue lights. Go more towards the warm yellows, or even a daylight might be okay, but just the warmer the bulb, the cozier your space will feel. Sometimes you think you don't like your space, but it's not your space, it's the globe. Change the light bulb, get a warmer globe, get a warmer glow and feeling, and your entire space will feel different. Like right now in my dining room, which is like my most, I don't want to say unfinished room, it's a bit of a problem child. I'm working through it. I love it like during the day and during certain parts of the day, love it. But then in the evening, because I have this like blue light, which I'm still trying to figure out how to change, I have this very blue light. What was a beautiful warm pink is giving calamine, okay? It's just giving calamine. And it just becomes an awful space to be in. So I'd rather have candles lit there or have a lamp lit, but like I don't want my overhead light lit. Like I hate it. But I know that once I change the globe or once I change that fixture, I'll be fine. If you want to create like pockets of space within an open plan living area, lighting is the way to do that. Lighting, rugs, obviously like, you know, the way that you position your furniture, but lighting will just definitely, lighting will give you Jaleo vibe, you know? And also like depending on where you are or how you're using the space, you can change which lights you want on. So now your space feels more dynamic. It's a small thing. It's such a small thing that makes the biggest difference. Get a few lamps at different levels in different places, play around with the placement and create zones within your home. Make your home feel more intentionally designed. Simple things. It's a very small thing, big impact. The third thing that I'm absolutely loving is how I just feel like across the board we are embracing antique furniture, old things. Like I love old things. I love old furniture. I just feel like everything was real. I feel like antique furniture is really having a moment, like a really big moment. It's a way to kind of add variety and interest and depth to your space. It's also a way to have something that other people don't have. So immediately by incorporating an antique piece in your home feels a little bit more unique. I love it. I love antiques. I love that the wood is real, or the ceramics are big, and everything just feels real. You know, in a world of fast furniture, we want the real, like we want hefty, real furniture. And right now it's just not economical to make it that way. And if it is like solid wood and proper, it can be very expensive. I feel like antiques are a really accessible way to furnish your home and have it look beautiful, and have quality pieces. Now there is a risk of like taking it too far, okay? The key here is to mix it in. I don't want to really walk into a space and feel like I'm in a time capsule, or I'm at an estate sale, or like it's just a little too granny, you know what I mean? Like you've got to be selective. I have a lot of just old and secondhand pieces in my space, but I'm very careful about what I pick. Yes, it may be old, but it's still like got clean lines, you know. I don't want too much curvature, too many swirlies. I'm very much a mid-century modern girl. But also I have to stop. Like I need to think and be like, that's enough of the antiques. Like I've got way too many, like, I'm definitely at risk. I actually have to stop myself because I am at risk of having too many old pieces in my space, and I don't want my space to feel old, right? Or to feel like a secondhand shop. The key is to blend like old and new and different styles. I need to now start investing in pieces that are a little bit more modern in their look, but still be quality pieces so that my place doesn't feel old. Having the right balance of old and new makes your home feel both grounded and sophisticated. You know, like cozy but elevated. I'm about that. I like that. And the next thing I want to talk about used to feel like a bit of a hot take, But now I feel like more of us are getting on board and it's not such a hot take anymore. But it's closed kitchens. I know everyone was about the open plan for a long time. We wanted to feel like we're part of the conversation. I don't want to be cooking and then I can't see my kids, or whatever the case is. Or I feel like I'm being tucked away in the kitchen and the conversation's happening in the living room and I want to be a part of that. That's fine. Like if that's really important to you, that's fine. But it became a problem for me when that became the default. Some of us want to be tucked away. Some of us want to be tucked away and we don't want all our, the whole house smelling like food. We want that. I'll speak for myself, me and others, we like a closed kitchen. I don't want to be cooking and I can see the TV. Like that's not appealing for me. I don't want to look across my entire flat and feel like I can see everything. That's why I actually chose this flat that I'm living in now, because yes, it's an older building, and it's an older flat, but the kitchen's tucked away a little bit, the kitchen is connected to the dining room, which is then connected to the living room. I really need to just do that home tour for you guys. But I just love the separation. Just give me separate rooms. Separate rooms for different things. I've seen beautiful open plans that just work really, really well, and I think that's fantastic. But I want variety. The kitchen doesn't have to be fully closed off, but I just don't necessarily want my fridge in my living room. At one point I lived above a garage, guys, and everything was everywhere. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I've just been traumatized. I lived in a studio. It's a long story, another time, but I went from living in a 3-bedroom house by myself, pool, avocado tree, it was nice, to starting a business like an idiot, I'm kidding, and having to downsize because I couldn't afford everything. And I'm like, okay, it's fine, I'll just sacrifice and I'll live in a studio. Yeah, that's what did it. After living in a studio and seeing everything all the time, I really appreciate closed rooms. Yeah, feels like an upgrade. I'm so glad that we've moved past the subway tile. It was a beautiful thing, and then we overdid it and we ruined it. It literally is a classic tile, beautiful, seamless, but we overdid it. Like we took it too far and it was everywhere. And it was so popular and became very, very trendy. And then we killed it. We did that. We made it the default. We made it the standard. Like when you got lazy about design or lazy about styling and you didn't know what to do, put a subway in, keep it moving, And I'm so glad that we've moved past that. I love that we are now embracing different types of tile, different types of color. We are having a lot more fun with tile, a lot more fun with tile shapes, the patterns, the texture. I'm loving the tile market right now. I think tiling is a great way to add interest, depth, dimension, personality into your space. I really want to redo my kitchen. My kitchen is tiny, like it's so small. It's like basically one little wall. I have big dreams for my tiny, tiny kitchen. I really want to play with tile, different types of tile, not different types, but be intentional and think about the tile that I use. Because it's so small, I feel like I can afford to spend a little bit more money on a nice tile. We'll see, time will tell. It's a little bit difficult right now because of, isimo somnoso, guys, it's not a good time for my pockets right now. Oh, anyway, yeah, things are a little bit tight, but we'll figure it out. I'm just so glad we're not doing Subway. And that's it. That's all I have for you guys today. Those are my thoughts on what I'm loving and where my head is at. I definitely think we need to do a little home tour. Right now, my place is a bit of a storeroom for friends. So it's a little bit crazy at the moment. But once I get all that cleared out, I will definitely do a house tour. That is it from me. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. I will see you, as always, in the next one. Bye!